Hey everybody, Baron Dome back again. So a lot has happened in the last week since I came back from the end with my shulker boxes. I know I put out a couple videos with a couple schematics and things like that, but I haven't really shown what I've been doing on 2B2T. Mainly a lot of it's been traveling through the nether back to spawn and just exploring a lot of bases along the way and just a lot of the different things. So I thought I'd show what my main project is that I've been working on 2B2T and just go over a couple of the video clips that I've gotten of bases I've discovered, things I've seen, and a couple of the rare items that I've gotten over the last couple days. So the first thing I want to show you is the base I'm working on. Right now I'm on a single player world, so I can just test and build because building with obsidian on 2B2T can be kind of hard, especially if the TPS is low, trying to break it and place it. So I thought I would test out my design on a single player world first, see how I like it, and then start building it. Once I've built the shell of the entire base, I will then be doing probably a live video series, I'm thinking, of actually designing the interior just to show building it and whatnot. I've got the shell of it built right now. I just got to build the base. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want anybody being able to see the environment that I'm in and possibly discover where I'm at because of the coordinate exploit. So once I've got the shell built, I will be going directly inside, not showing the exterior, so that way you can see me building it and what's going on. So let me take you on a fly around of what I built. So this is actually what I've built on 2B2T. Let me zone out. So it is a giant obsidian pyramid. It's, what is this, 100? It's 156 by 156. I don't know the height. I never actually looked that up. Those are iron blocks right there, and then there's glowstone right in the middle. So that's 20 from there, 20 from there, so probably about another 25, so about 75 high, I think. And I've got beacons in the corners right there. So as of right now, I'm still putting on the floor on 2B2T, so I've got the entire shell already built. I'm just trying to decide on some interior designs. So this is kind of going to be the main entrance right here, and I'm thinking you come in and there's going to be a staircase here, a big staircase there, maybe some flaming nether cauldrons or something like right here and here, and I want to be able to go up to a second floor and then maybe eventually a third and a fourth floor. So I was kind of working on this fountain design. I don't know, I'm still debating on it, but I've got the beacon beam going right through it. It's right underneath. And I was gonna have the beacons go all the way up, and I was thinking about like one on each floor or just them all right here, and I was just gonna put a full beacon set underneath this whole area. So it's kind of building this and then just trying to decide on what I'm gonna design on the interior to fill it all up and make it actually like a real base, not just an empty shell of an obsidian pyramid. So that's where I'm at with that right now. So let me show you a couple videos that I've taken over the last week of me traveling, some bases I've discovered along the way, and just some other randomness that I've kind of ran into. So as I was out exploring, I thought I came upon a giant lava cast. Then I realized it actually wasn't. It was actually some type of castle. I found it kind of strange that it was just strictly cobblestone. No stone blocks, no stairs, no wood. And what I really thought was intriguing was the fact that they had a cat. And he didn't just have one cat. He had actually 3 separate cats surrounded through the entire complex. Here's where I'm doing the free cam mode through the entire castle, just so you can see the very intricate design of it. And this castle is actually less than 50,000 from spawn, so I was surprised that There was no griefing, no other signs that anybody else has found this place. There was nothing to indicate who owned it or that anybody else has ever visited this place before. There were these two giant artificial trees right outside the castle. One of them was full of their building blocks, such as cobblestone, wood, grass, dirt. This one had a lot of stuff that you got from fishing, such as fish, bows, books. And there was a lot of fish in here. And the whole area was designed to automatically cook all those fish. So traveling through the nether, I've got my storage ESP activated. So that way I can look for chests, droppers, furnaces, things like that. So as you get closer to spawn, it gets a lot more polluted. So you don't typically look at everything that you find. But I happened to see this furnace that was just right here. I don't know what caught my eye or why I decided to go check this out, but I decided to go look and see what was here. And I'm so glad I did. Because inside the furnace was a pop-bob head. I could not freaking believe that. Right there, right in the furnace. So I take out my shulker box that I'm starting to use to keep track of all my treasures. And I couldn't believe that I had a pop-bob head. I actually want to put it on and see what it looked like. That's friggin' awesome. Couldn't believe it, just sitting there in a furnace, randomly. So I decided to go take a look at the Peacekeeper's base. I was originally going to go meet up with somebody, do some trades there. But they were offline, so I thought I would just make my way there just to meet up eventually, just to have my character in the general area. And as I was getting closer to the Peacekeeper base, I saw a whole pile of somebody's dropped gear. Probably somebody got killed right here. So I decided to make a chest. I'm not a total asshole, so I decided to make a chest and put all their stuff in it so it doesn't despawn. Now, I'm not saying I was a total nice guy. They did have some stuff I did take. I figured that was my payment for saving the rest of their stuff. I took their 2 stacks of bottles of enchanting and a pair of elytra. So, of course, as you're getting close to the Peacekeeper's base, I stumble across a wither. And I thought, maybe, you know what, I'll see if I could take him on. I got some good gear, I'm good, but let's see what happens.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I realized that this was a completely bad idea. So I activated my speed boost, and I start taking off. But that wither was right on my ass. And I'm so glad I had ender pearls on me. So I quickly lob one way away from him. And luckily it teleports me out of his range so he doesn't detect me. So I was glad to get away from him after that part. So now I'm coming up upon the Peacekeeper's base. And this place has been heavily destroyed and thoroughly withered. There's just pockets of wither below and above and just everywhere. And I'm kind of just looking around, seeing if I can find anything of value. I mean, yeah, I see that stack of diamond blocks, but, I mean, who doesn't have already chests of diamond blocks? I'm looking for the rare stuff. So I've always had a firm stance on not griefing a base. I always thought it was the lowest of the low to destroy something that someone has built. I've more towards the raiding a base, putting a sign that you've been there kind of a thing. But at being 2 months into 2B2T and seeing how people play and what goes on the server, but I've come to make an exception for that. If you build a lag machine at your base, I am all for griefing it. I will personally TNT, end crystal, and wither that thing to the fucking ground. because when you build a lag machine, it affects us all on the server, and I really am not down for that. So when I discovered that they had a lag machine here at the Peacekeeper's base, I had no problems with this area being destroyed. So I'm kind of just wandering around, just looking at the area, see if there's anything of value or just things to look around, and I just happened to stumble across it. There's a dragon egg just sitting in this little pond, and I ended up actually taking a double take. I saw it, walked away, and came right back. So I go off and I make a piston and a redstone torch, because that's the only way to get the egg to pop up. Because if you just mine it, it's just going to teleport someplace else. So now I've got a dragon egg. So after I posted that video to Housemaster about my Christmas wish list, one of my fans, Maui Boy DMC, messaged me saying that he would like to give me some of those items on my wish list, and I thought that was really cool. But I didn't want to just ask for them for free, so I offered a trade, and he offered he'd give me some player heads and some enchanted glass, and I just had to give him 2 full sets of my armor, which I was fair enough trade as far as I'm concerned. So I'm putting all the heads and the enchanted glass into my shulker box of treasures. And we took a group shot together. So once again, I just want to thank Maui Boy DMC, hooking me up, giving me some really cool items in exchange for the armor. Completely fair trade. So after traveling for a little bit, I decided to go into my treasure shulker box and see exactly which heads I got. So I ended up getting 5 creepers, 5 Jack the Rippers, 5 Housemasters, 5 Pyros, 5 Saitos, 5 Itricians, and 5 Pop Bobs. But I already had the 1, so I got 6 now. And I also got 10 things of enchanted stained glass. So today has been 2 months for me on 2B2T, and I've done a lot in those 2 months. I've done some builds. I've built Melontown, Pumpkinville, and I'm working on my Obsidian Pyramid right now. I got to experience a dupe. I've been to the end and got some shulker boxes, been to some woodland mansions, got the Totems of Undying. I've got to raid a couple bases, and I've got to see bases that have long since been destroyed. When I first talked about 2B2T, I did not talk about it too kindly. I talked bad about its TPS, the player base, just things like that. But after playing for 2 months, my opinion of it has completely changed. Yeah, the TPS can suck sometimes, but I see it as more as it being a harder game. It's like a sense of accomplishment when you can actually break a block of dirt when the TPS is less than 5. And it's nice actually to play on a server where there's people that talk. I mean, yeah, most of the stuff is crap or bullshit, but there's the occasional gem in there where you find some real people to talk to. And lately, me getting on, it's nice to have somebody whisper to you and talk to you about some stuff. They'll ask questions about doing things or just stuff about 2B2T in general. So it's nice to play on a server where people actually talk to you. I've played on servers before, that had less than 100 players, and most of the time it'd be like me and somebody else all by ourselves online. It'd be pretty boring. So it's nice to have some type of interaction on this server. And I was originally worried that everybody's going to be out to get you, that everybody wants to kill you, but literally every person that I ran into, either the Nether or the Overworld, no one has attempted to attack me or anything like that. Usually it's just a passing, hey, how's it going? Um, Maui Boy DMC, we did the trade together when I was in the end doing raiding an end base. I wish I could remember the guy's name, but I stumbled across an end city. He was already there raiding it, and I asked him, is it okay if we share the end city? And he was like, yeah, totally. You take that tower and I'll take this one. And I couldn't believe that this guy shared an end city with me for the shulker boxes. So the people on the server, there's a lot more gems out there than the turds. So that's nice to know. And I know I originally said that I wasn't going to extend past the 1 month because the $20, that is ridiculous. But I can see why it's $20 now, because if it was less than $5, everybody would be buying it, and then it would just be back to the way it was. I think the $20 is kind of a way, it's for the serious people. If you're gonna play on here, you're gonna pay. I think it's more for the serious players, and it sucks paying $20 for a priority queue. But I think Andy Samberg said it best. I'm an adult, so I can afford it. $20. I mean, I don't have any other vices or anything like that, so $20 is $20, no problem. It's gives me more than enough entertainment for an entire month, so I think it's worth it at this point. And I think 2B2T has grown on me. The closest I would say it is that it's an STD. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So I plan on staying around for a while. I'm really interested in this server, and I look forward to what's to come on it. And if things continue the way they are, it's gonna be a good time. I mean, when I started playing on here, I had, geez, what was it, 30 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I'm in the 480s right now. So I want to thank all of you that have subscribed to my channel, and as I keep playing, I hope other people keep subscribing and you guys keep watching, and I'm gonna keep trying to deliver some more good content of what I've been doing, and just try to keep on doing some stuff. And I hope to keep taking more trips out further distances. Right now I've been staying to kind of one region, but I'm looking to expand into other areas to do some more exploring, see some bases and whatnot. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any questions, just leave them below and I'll respond to you as I always try to do. And I look forward to when I get online, people say hi to me. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.